We did some of this the other day, last week. I liked it. We're going to repeat some of it. This is where we're going to grab a small prop. Remember, it's a small pillow, a tennis ball, a rolled up towel. Find something around you. If you came in late, you didn't get that cue. So you're going to look for something to give you a nice, easy prop. So we're going to start out, though, in the sideline position on the elbow. Okay? We were here before. Now, if you need it, you could put a small towel or a prop underneath your bottom knee, just to cushion the knee if this bothers you in this position. But in a sideline position, we're going to bring both knees bent. We're going to focus first on the core. So I have the block elevating me up, so there's less pressure in my shoulder, but allows me to learn to push away from the block. So I'm moving upwards. My body is pushing up toward the ceiling. My rib cage on my bottom rib needs to not sink to the floor, because that would then move me into a disengaged abdominal structure. So I've lost my inner abdominal pressure. I'm going to have a little too much pressure in the shoulders, so I'm going to push away, pulling my bottom rib cage into the body. And I want to make sure that I'm connecting that core. So breathe for me. Inhale. Feel that pressure. Exhale. Inner abdominal pressure. Navel draws slightly inward as I exhale. So let's just hold this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So we're holding the position. Now we're ready to grab our prop. So take your prop, you place it behind your bent knee, your top bent knee. We're going to come back, hold our side plank position. Okay, we're pulling up, rib cage up, and we're just going to go into that side leg raise. So I'm pushing away from the block. My shoulder is pushing down toward the floor. My elbow is pushing into the block. And my rib cage is pulling into my body as I lift that leg. And I want that, my shin and my knee to be parallel to the ground. Okay, what do I do with this hand? I could rest it wherever I'm comfortable. I want to make sure my hips stay stacked and I'm not rolling back, but I'm pushing this hip forward as I lift. This is not a big lift for that outside hip. Nice. Now from here, let's take it to circle. Small circle. Circle it back. Nice. Keep that going. Feeling that glute. Now, why did I add in the prop? Because I want you to activate the hamstring as well. So I'm putting in a little bit more work today, focusing more on not just the glute, but the hamstring. Really don't forget to keep this lower rib cage pulled in. Reverse it, because our tendency is to start to focus on the movement of the leg, forget the core. So focus on pulling in. Exhale. Exhale. Focus on where your exhale is so you can remember to connect that core, that inner abdominal pressure. Nice. Now bring it center. We're going to bring it forward and then back. And forward and back. Forward and back. Remind you of what we did standing, right? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Open the hip. Exhale. Flex. Inhale. Exhale, single leg standing. Bring that knee up. Same movement of the hip. One more. And bring it on down. Let that release. Take your prop to the side. Now from here, we can extend this leg, but let's all just start with a bent knee, side plank. We're going to lower. I want you to push out of the shoulder, come back down. Push out of the shoulder, come back down. So I want to push away from the block. I don't want the shoulder to collapse. Okay, very easy on the knees. Next phase, if you want to go there, straightening out your top leg and then lift. You may have a little bit more pressure on that knee. That's okay, and it's lift. If you're more comfortable staying here, you're going to just focus staying here. So let's lift and lift the arm up. Go into star pose. So I can either take that from here, lift, hold, a leg out. I could stay here. I could go leg out, come up a little higher. I could lift that leg. Good. Just holding that position. Nice side plank. Bring it on in. Okay, that shoulder's getting tired, so we're gonna shift it to the other side. Same thing, bring our prop over. So we're starting out in our side plank position, focusing on breath. We're gonna inhale, engage the core, feeling the tension. Exhale, draw slightly inward with that navel, creating inner abdominal pressure, that counter contraction. Inhale, exhale. So as you're going through your exercise, you want to be able to maintain and hold this position. So rib is coming up. You feel it and tap your core. You feel connected on the outside and front and back. So we're going to take our prop, bring it behind the knee. We're making sure that the hips are stacked. Okay. And we're going to lift that leg up, go right into our side leg raise. I brought my knee slightly forward. The other leg just helps me keep those hips stacked. So I'm a little bit more connected on that bottom knee. Hand forward, and I'm going to push up and out, make sure I don't sink. That's the biggest thing I find as I get into the exercise, I forget what's happening with my core. So I'm going to focus pulling that bottom rib up, staying, keeping that tension. So if I place my finger above and below my belly button, I should have constant connection. Shouldn't be soft. That's what's supporting my spine as I'm activating my glute and my hamstring. Squeeze that prop behind the knee. Squeeze it. Good. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to go to circle. Circle it back. Now as you circle, keeping everything stacked, so we're not moving this lower body. My hips stay stacked. I'm pushing up and out. My shoulders should stay stacked. I'm focusing, pulling this bottom rib up and into my body. Push out of the shoulder. We're going to reverse that. Squeeze your prop behind your knee. If we start to relax that hamstring, we're going to lose that prop. That's why I don't want something too big or too small. Good. Keep that connection. Circle 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm going to reconnect my prop, bring it forward and then back. And as you bring it forward and back, the spine stays long. There's no movement of the spine. We're trying to focus on staying aligned. Swing it forward, swing it back. I like the short lever. I like getting the hamstring involved. I also like the emphasis on the hip as we go back. Really emphasizes that glute. We tend not to bring our low back into it. Push out of the shoulder. Focus bottom rib stays tucked up and into the body. Keep that connection in the core. That inner abdominal pressure. Last 2. Good. And last 1. Bring it in. We're going to release our prop to the side. Coming back to our side plank. So our side plank position, we're going to come up. So we're going to push out and lift the hips. You're going to decide what works best for you. This is easiest on the knees, is this position, push out. So I need to focus on being strong in the shoulder, strong in the core. Hips. In this position, it's going to be shoulder, core. Hips aren't working as hard. You want the hips to work harder, and you can take that pressure on that bottom knee. You're going to go out to the side. Leg out to the side. A little bit more hip here. Good. Now, you can either go for the bent knee or that straight leg, lifting up, extend the leg if you like, lift that arm. If I'm down in this position here, I may be here. Okay. I can extend the leg, have it out, or I can lift it up. Nice. Let's hold that side plank. So now you probably feel your hip. Hip is working a lot more in this position. Bring it on down. Nice job. Okay, we're going to take our block off to the side for a moment. We're going to grab our strap again, and we're going to just take our extra prop, take it over to the side. Okay. So I'm going to turn actually away from the chair so I have a little more space. We're going to use the strap again. We're going to go to some abdominal work. lying on our back. We're going to hold that strap and hold it taut. So I just want you lying on your back, strap holding taut, and find the curves of your spine here. So arms are straight up and you're pulling that strap apart. This helps to activate the shoulder to the hips. So inhale for me, exhale. So what have we been talking about in this position? My tailbone is anchored to the ground and my ribs are on the ground. So that small space underneath my back, it's about where your belt line is not on the floor. So you're not pushing yourself down. You're rounding those hips forward, so your tailbone touching down toward the ground. Shoulder blades, ribs are on the ground. You're going to have a small space just about your hip bone. And we're just going to inhale, exhale, reach back. Inhale up, exhale, reach back. And as you do, what I want you to focus on is keeping the ribs in place. So don't allow the rib cage to pop up as you reach overhead. So that may limit your range of motion. That's perfectly fine. Exhale, inhale, exhale. Great way to elongate the spine. Now, if you struggle in this position with your chin being up, get a prop to slightly lift your head so that when you reach overhead, your head stays in position with that prop, pillow, towel, whatever works for you. Let's take those legs up into tabletop, and we're going to go back to that same position of just exhale, overhead, inhale, up. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Now we can tap a foot. It's exhale, 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 inhale, exhale. So I mean, it's a shorter breath unless I slow the movement down. And from here, I could go into, I have to make sure I'm far enough from the chair, single leg extension. So it's extend, extend. Good. Exhale. I could stay with tabletop. I could go to heel tap, or you could go to single leg, let's stretch, stretching it out. Extend. Good. Extend. Give me one more each side. Bring it on in. Now we're going to go double leg. Exhale, inhale. Exhale. Two more. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. And bring it on in. So using that strap really makes a difference. We're going to bring the strap now behind the back of your head. So we're going to make sure that we have some connection to the back of that head. And it's not in my neck. It's right up against, like I have it above my ears, just in my occiput, or that small space. Feet are on the ground. We're just going to go into a roll up. So what's important here is my tailbone is down, my ribs are on the ground. I have that small space between my back and the floor, and I'm going to roll through the ribs. I'm not moving the pelvis, so I'm going to roll through that thoracic spine. My sternum is going to roll towards my navel, and that is it. It's a very small movement. It's a proper crunch. Now, I'm not going to try and pull myself forward with the strap. I'm really trying to execute this from the core. What I want to do with the strap, push my head down into the strap as I roll forward. So the pressure that my arms are feeling are from my head pushing into the strap. You notice I'm always looking for ways to help you with better support of your core. With that head coming up off the ground, looking for ways to support the head as you work the core. Good. So let's bring the legs up, tabletop, same thing. It's that small crunch. Notice my legs are not moving. So one of the things you could do is if you tend to want to move your legs, What I mean by that is the knees and the head come together. That is not an effective crunch. That's actually harder on the spine, the cervical spine, than you think. Good. And coming forward, nice. Holding that up, give me a heel tap. Heel tap, heel tap. Push that head into the strap. Use the strap as a support for the head. Take it to single leg extension. So single leg stretch. Heads up. Nice way to get that head elevated. Those of you who have a harder time finding this core, I think it's easier to find it with the head elevated. That's why I always go with head down, head up, just to give you options. Bring it on in, let it relax. Take your strap out to the side, and we're just going to go into an oblique exercise here. As I extend my one leg, I'm going to move the strap to the side. I'm going to move it side to side. My knees come in, strap goes side to side. Okay? Keep that head down. And you should get a little bit of oblique here as we move those arms. Exhale, inhale, exhale. So you're inhaling as you're transitioning, you're exhaling as you reach to the side. Give me 4 and 3. Nice way to work on those obliques without the head being involved. How could I modify it? A heel tap, right? With that extended leg gives you a little more work. Good. One more twist. Strap behind my head, just coming up, and we're just going to go side to side. So notice I don't move that much. I'm not trying to move my pelvis. My tailbone is anchored down. What am I working? That rectus abdominis. What's its function? To draw gently the navel gently inward, to make that outside contraction, to co-contract into that internal force we create with our breath. Good. Bring that on down, not done yet. Legs up. Last one, here we are. This is a little tougher, and we're just going to end it right here on this rotation. Just small, as though you're pulling the ribs towards your hip bones. There is no movement of the pelvis. It's very small. And if you notice, I'm not bringing the knee to the elbow. I'm just rotating and pulling and rotating upwards. So I rotate, come forward. Rotate, come forward. Give me 3. Good. 2 more. 2. Last one each side. Nice. And let that rest. Those are tough. You're going to come on up. We're going to move it on to a roll down. So a strap is a really nice tool to work on a roll down. So we're going to take and bring the strap just underneath the feet. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep my strap in its loop, and I'm going to grab it small. And we're just going to take, and as we go into that roll down, it's really important. I'm not tucking my tail between my legs. I'm drawing my ribs into my hip bone, sinking my rib cage, and I'm just leaning back. That's it. And I'm going to hold that tension right here, and I'm going to roll up, coming back up to upright position. The ribs come into my body, I roll back, and roll back up. Roll back, and roll back up. This time we're going to roll back, we're going to create some tension, and we're going to take and rotate. So watch how I just take my strap, and I'm just rotating. So I create a little tension there, rotating from side to side in that position. Relax the hips, relax the knees. Good. Last one, and come on in. Now, if you can straighten those legs out, you can straighten the legs out. If you need them still bent, that's fine. Watch how I just bring my straps together. They're around my feet. We're going to go into a full roll down. We're going to use the strap to assist. And I'm going to let my hands glide along the strap to help me out. So as I roll down, I'm going to draw the ribs in. I'm rolling back. Straighten my legs out. I'm using the straps to assist me down. Inhale. Exhale. Now watch how I can use the straps to walk myself back up. Full extension now. If you need to bend those knees as you come up, I want you to bend the knees because we want nice strong back. If you can keep those legs straight, you can keep those legs straight. So soften the knees. If you need to, roll back. So notice I'm not tucking that tailbone. I'm starting to sink into my abdominal. Who's holding me in place? My abs. I'm exhaling down. Inhale. Exhale. Come up. And notice I'm using the strap today just to walk myself up. So it's a nice way to learn how to do that roll down. Let's see if we can, I'm going to just grab both straps on either hand. Inhale. Exhale. So much easier when it goes so slow. Inhale. Nice. So this time I didn't use the strap as much. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Using that strap, let's go do our other way where we slide it down. Exhale. This is our last one. And inhale. Try to keep those legs down as you pull yourself back up. Good one to practice at home. Okay, so from here, we're going to grab our block. And I want to just get a bridge in before we get finished. So we're going to be going to an exercise that we have done with the block, lifting up to single leg. So I want you to press the palms into the floor, press the foot. Press the palms and press the foot. So what we're really trying to do is activate this hip on the block. So the foot that's on the block, that is our hip. So we're going to come up in a hole. We're going to bring this leg up. Okay? We're going to lower, tap, push. Lower, tap, push. Lower, push. Lower, push. So we're driving from this single hip. We're going to tap the heel, press. I'm not really completely going down to a resting position with my hips. You should feel this in the glutes. Good. Now, we're going to extend down, bring it up. Extend down. So watch, my outside leg now is going to lower, it's going to extend straight as I drop this hip. It's going to come up as I drive up. Drive it up. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Bring it down. Nice job. That's a short one. I'm really trying to put some emphasis in your hamstring. Other side, starting with both hips up, lifting up, and lift, and lift. Good. Pressure the palms. You're probably feeling that bottom glute. We haven't really connected yet to this hip that's where the foot is on the block. So let's come up, get that other side out of it. Now we're going to tap and tap, just tap the heel, lower push, lower press, lower push. We're really trying to extend this back hip. Your foot on the ground. That's that hip that we're working, the one that is on the block. Good, tap and lift. 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to lower, the leg goes down, and then push up. Lower, push up. Lower, push up. Lower, push up. Good. Give me 4 more. Lengthen and drive. Drive from the hip. Feeling that glute. 2 more. And last one. And let it lower. Roll off to the side. Come on up. Nice job. We're gonna just cool it down right now. So if you have a choice today, you can either sit in your easy pose, so you can go grab a prop. Possibly you have a towel or a pillow. So I'm just gonna grab my pillow right here, which just gives me a nice ability to really roll these hips forward. Relax the knee. Maybe you want some props under your knee. So go grab those. Taking your strap. We're just going to inhale and then exhale. Good. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. One more. Inhale up, hold here. And then exhale to the side. Inhale and exhale side. You could do this seated on the chair. You don't have to be in easy pose. It's really, we're really trying to encourage you to open up your hips, work on this pose. So I'm integrating it into and out of our workouts. And lower down. Inhale for me up. And then twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. One more, each side. And lower the strap down. We're going to place your opposite hand on your opposite knee. Take your opposite hand behind you and look over that shoulder. Now, if you're comfortable here, you can take your back hand. So this is my back hand, and I'm going to thread it around and come around. And I'm going to continue to look behind me. Now, if I want to get more work on the neck, I'm going to start to go look towards my front shoulder. And this is a nice twist. Good. Take a few breaths in. Focus on filling that balloon first. Exhaling, draw the navel in. Creating that control. Release that. Same thing on the other side. Reaching towards your opposite knee. Hand comes behind you. Look behind you. This may be where you feel comfortable and where you want to stay. If you feel like it, you can take it, add this hand in. So I'm going to take this arm and wrap it behind me, coming up behind my hip. I'm going to start looking back. If I want to add a little bit more challenge, I'm going to look towards my front shoulder. Take a few breaths in. Exhale. Remember to elongate, so fill that balloon. Exhale, little navel drawing in. Elongate. Nice, one more. Let that relax. You guys have a great day. I look forward to seeing you next week.